Chocolate, vanilla, red velvet, and marble. You name it, and Mary Margaret Mellen can make it. But it's this 14-year-old's willingness to give back that really takes the cake. A few years ago, a health scare in her family got Mary Margaret to start baking. In this week's Finding Minnesota, John Lauritsen shows us what inspired this Eden Prairie teenager to create cakes for a cure.
The July heat outside is unmatched by the temperature inside.
I'll make it, I'll frost it, everything is from scratch.
If it looks like 14-year-old Mary Margaret Mellen has been around the kitchen a time or two,
I need the cake flour.
it's because she has.
I'm gonna get cocoa powder. I also need the buttermilk that's in the back cupboard there.
She's definitely surpassed my skills.
Then I'm gonna need baking soda, baking powder.
You remember the first cake you made?
Yes, I do.
What was it?
It was a chocolate peanut butter cake with dark chocolate frosting. So it gets a little bit messy, as you've seen.
There are several layers to the story of how Mary Margaret became a benevolent baker. When her twin cousins were diagnosed with a rare genetic disorder that affects the nervous system, it affected her.
It was hard for me as their cousin knowing that I couldn't do anything. I was wondering how I could turn a hardship for my family and for me into a positive experience where I could spread awareness to my community.
Her desire to give back, along with her love for baking, led to the perfect recipe for Cakes for a Cure. The motto is, baking a difference, one cake at a time. People order cakes from Mary Margaret, and her parents help with the supplies. She designs and creates, and then delivers the finished product while her mom drives. Mary Margaret also runs her website to keep track of orders.
I thought it was fantastic. I was impressed. I thought it was really cool and innovative.
Red velvet cake actually comes from the South.
But while it sounds like the work of a young entrepreneur, the really cool thing may be what Mary Margaret charges for the cakes. She takes money, but it doesn't go into her bank account.
I ask my customers to donate what moves them and what they think that charity could use, and I think that any donation is great.
In less than 3 years, she's donated more than $11,000 to 4 charities close to her heart. The Smile Network, Feed My Starving Children, the Children's Tumor Foundation for her cousins, and the Michael J. Fox Foundation for Parkinson's disease. Before Mary Margaret's grandmother was diagnosed with Parkinson's, they did a lot of baking together.
And as she's progressed with Parkinson's, it's been harder for her to do that. And it's been really hard for me to see because that's something that we share, that we do together. So a 9-inch round like this.
So she bakes on,
from 2 to 5 hours.
using her talent and creativity.
There are weeks that I've made 5 cakes.
Former Twins player Corey Koski is one of her customers. Now we need a fire-breathing dragon right in here. She's even open to giving tips to those willing to learn.
What I did? Yep.
Terrible. It's not the best.
It was made with love.
Speaking of that, everything she makes gets a signature heart on it.
Pop the heart right on there.
And the joy on the face of her customers is just icing on the cake.
I mean, it's so fun to see the progression of, you know, some batter turn into a cake and the cake turn into a frosted creation that can make someone's day a little brighter. I get to see their reaction to the drawing they gave me turn into the cake I give them. And it's really, really interesting and amazing.
In Eden Prairie, John Lauritsen, WCCO 4 News.
What an amazing young woman. Mary Margaret is also a tennis player, black belt in karate, and volunteers with Special Olympics, among other things. She's always taking orders, so if you're interested in a cake, we have a link on our website. Just head to WCCO.com.